perhaps squishier because I've got more pattern.
You're holding up production, mate.
Well, hello everybody. We're here today to talk to you about block 11. This is Henry, if you haven't met Henry. Very strongly suggesting that I need to pat him. So Claire's going to have to talk.
So block 11, Bindi.
Bindi eye.
Bindi eye. This is quite a fun block to do, but you do need to concentrate a little bit in the sense of I used quite a number of markers. Just so that I knew where I was going and it was nice and smooth, but basically it's one row repeat, isn't it, Tony?
Yeah, it is the one row repeat. And I say in the pattern that you must make sure you mark the beginning and the end of your row, because it's the same stitch that you repeat across the row. Now I called it Bindi eye because it reminded me of when the Bindi eye forms in the grass and you have these lovely little soft spikes that form and they look like these little starry type cluster things. This is it in its finished form. So it's quite nice, it's quite textured and it's similar on both sides. You can see it that way. Alright. So it's quite a nice soft block. This is my block this week, not Claire's. As you can see, it's quite soft and fluffy. It's not rigid like someone else's crochet, but to be fair, this has been washed and blobbed, so it's it's got lovely. All the chemicals have been washed out of it, yeah, which makes a difference. So yeah, so it's you really do need to watch where your stitches go, because every stitch that you make is going to go into the chain, which is between every stitch that you do. So you need to watch. That's all. That's all I can say. You just need to take your time. Anyway, so we'll go and film the instructions and we hope you enjoy very much.
See you next time.
Okay, bye.
Here we go. We've got our block 11 and off we go. So I have done my 41 chain and I've popped a marker in the 41st chain up there, and then we're ready to go. And I've turned my work, so we'll do that. So what we need to do now is we are going to start from the 3rd chain from the hook. So we count our chains. So that's chain number 1, chain number 2, chain number 3. So we're going to go into this bottom one here. And then into that chain, we are going to do a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet. So aim for the bottom. There, so we've got your 2. Yarn over, pull through, and a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do another single crochet in the same space. Then what we do is we're going to we're going to skip one chain and then repeat the single crochet, chain 1, single crochet in the next chain space, so in the next chain. So this one here we're not going to go into, but we're going to go into this one here. So we're going to miss one, straight down to the bottom, so you've got your 2 underneath. Up we go, and we're going to single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet. I'm going to repeat that right through to the end. So we're going to miss this chain and we're going into this one here. Point it down towards the bottom leg so that you get your 2 bars on your hook. Yarn over, pull through, single crochet, chain 1, and single crochet. If you have trouble working it out, and you will if you're a little bit tight or you're using a very dark yarn, what you can do is get your other marker. So we know that's a skipped one, so we're going to go into this one. So when we go into this one here, it's easy to see this on light yarn, which is why we're using different ones. So we've gone into here. Before we go any further, this chain we're going to skip, but we're going into this one. Just put a loop in there, a little hook then. We can go through here and we do a single crochet, chain 1, single crochet back in that same stitch. And there, it's already there for you. So then you can pull that out, put your hook in there, and mark your next chain if you're getting lost. Okay, so miss this one into that one. The other way that you can tell that you're getting it correctly is that notice the pattern that you're getting at the bottom of the row as you go. See, so there's all my chains, and you can see that you're getting that nice stretch in there. So that's what it should look like. All right, so we will going to repeat that now right through to the end of the row. Okay, so I'm coming up towards the end now. So I'm still skipping that chain and I'm going into this one, and we're going to do our single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and then we've gone and, oh, did I do a chain 1? Let's double check that. Yes, I did. Just undo it if you're not sure. It's very rhythmic, this one, and sometimes you just will forget. And so we're going to miss the next one, and we're going to do a single crochet in the last stitch. So this is our first row. So Tony's done a very good explanation on recognising what you're doing in your stitches, and I encourage you to look at the right-handers for this. But for us lefties, the loop of our stitch comes in from the left. Just lift that up. Comes in from the left. Those two there is part, those two little strands coming down are part of your single crochet, because over here coming in from the left there, you've got the V that you can see from the top and the two strands coming underneath. And what you're aiming for when you come back is that little space in between. Okay, that's where you're going to be operating right through this block. So let's get started now on row 3. So we are going to single crochet into the last chain, then we're going to chain 2, and then you're going to pop a marker in that last chain that you made. Okay, and you're just going to leave that there till you get on the way back. Then we're going to turn our work. So turned our work, skip 2 single crochet, and then it says single crochet, chain, single crochet in the chain 1 space. So this is where it's really important for you to work out. So now we've come to the other side. So we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2. Okay, here is our chain 1 space. So we've got, if you can see there, you've got 2 there, 2 here, and we're going in the center there. And we're going to do a single crochet. We're going back over to here, and we're going to do exactly the same again. So we've got the beginning of our stitch up here with its legs. There's your chain right there. There's the beginning of your next loop with the 2 chains here, over there. So we're going right into here, into that spot there. So single crochet, chain 1. If you're having trouble, pop a marker right there, just around that single crochet. That chain stitch, sorry. You can just pop a marker in there. Go back into the same stitch. And do a single crochet. So this is what we're looking for. So you've got to recognize what your stitches are, and I highly recommend you have a look at Tony's as well. She's given a detailed, really good explanation of what you're looking both for left and for right handers. So the beginning of your stitch is coming from the left to the right because we are left-handed. There's the V on the top and there's the little legs underneath that have gone in underneath the stitch. This is not attached to anything. This is our chain. Then back in the same stitch, we've got our 2 legs. There's the beginning of your V up there, okay? And the 2 little legs underneath coming out of that stitch. So basically, if you aim for the center, if you count 1, 2 on one side of the where you went in the one stitch and 1, 2 on the other, you're heading for the middle, straight in there. And that's where we're going. So 1, 2, 3, 4 in that little loop at the bottom. In the center we go, and we're going to do a single crochet, chain 1, pop a marker there, round, back into the same space and do a single crochet. And we'll just repeat that right through to the end. So this is basically the stitch right through from, it's row through from row 4 to 44. Our pattern tells us that we do this right to the end, and then we're going to work a single crochet in the turning chain with the removable marker. So that's in here. So take your marker out. In you go. To there. And we're going to do a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 2. Place your marker into that last chain that you've made. Turn your work and repeat. So we know that when we repeat, we are row 3. So we're going to skip 2 stitches and we're going to single crochet, chain, single crochet in the chain 1 space. Now, if you've marked it, just have a look where you've marked it, and you'll see, if I pull that through, in there you've got 2 legs here into that 1 stitch, 2 legs over here into the stitch, and then you'll see a V, okay? So just pop that out and that'll just help you find it until you get your confidence. Go back down, remove that marker. So I know exactly where you go. There's your V. And we go into there and we chain 1. Sorry, single crochet, chain 1. If you still want to use your marker, keep using your markers. There's no problem with that. And do that again. So you can start to see that it's coming up, okay? And the pretty little shape that it makes, because there's your little bindi coming up through there with your single crochets. So do that right through to row 44, and then you do not turn your work like we haven't been with the others, and you go round and you will work 3 single crochets in your corner and go round, and you will work your 39 single crochets evenly across, back doing your 3 as we've been doing on your other blocks. So that's that. I hope you enjoy it, and see you next time.